everybody, welcome back to an episode of My Thoughts. We're back here, and just to kind of get right into it, I'm going to be talking about, or giving my thoughts on the iPhone 16. And this is really funny. I just looked back on it. Okay, so last year I did my thoughts on the iPhone 15. Exactly 1 year ago today, you guys are seeing it, October 6th, and another year, you guys are seeing my thoughts on the iPhone 16. So, and I promise, I didn't even look at that before I started this video, so I didn't necessarily even plan for that. For that to be the case. I know I did it around October last year, but it's just kind of crazy how it added up to be 1 year later, like exactly 1 year later on October 6th. Um, that's pretty funny how that worked out. I swear I didn't plan for that. Like I said, I just looked at it. Um, right before I started this video. But yeah, that's kind of funny how it worked. But I also, regardless of the irony, I wanted to make up my thoughts on the iPhone 16. Plus, we haven't had a my thoughts in a while, just because I haven't had too much to talk about. And yeah, just pretty much bringing it back here, just to kind of do this. I don't know if I'm going to do this every year. I know obviously I did it last year and this year. I don't think I'm going to do every iPhone because at least an iPhone releases every year. But there's some interesting stuff on the iPhone 16, and pretty much just going to be giving my thoughts on it and kind of what it comes with, all that kind of stuff. Kind of the critical acclaim. I think that's right. Critical acclaim, just whatever people think of it. Going to kind of be going over that too. And yeah, so there's a couple different versions of the iPhone 16. Obviously, it's kind of like every iPhone now. I'm going to get this straight off the Apple website and just kind of break it down a little bit. So the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Plus. Now, the iPhone 16, just the original base model, comes with aluminum design, latest generation ceramic shield, front color infused glass, and color infused glass back, and black, pink, teal, and ultramarine. That's just a form of blue. And then the iPhone 16 Plus comes with aluminum design, latest generation ceramic shield, front color infused glass back, and in the same kind of colors. And with aluminum design, it just has a different kind of looking camera. That's like the finish. And then it kind of compares everything. Then the capacity has, you got choices of 128 gigabytes, 256 gigabytes, and 512 gigabytes. And the size and weight, 5.81 inches, and the width is 2.82 inches, and the depth is 0.31 inches. Just kind of goes over the more technicality stuff. I'm going to kind of skip over that. Nothing too interesting, just the, kind of the measuring and stuff like that. And it comes with Super Retina XDR display, 6.1 inch diagonal all-screen OLED display, 25 by 1179 pixel resolution at 460 ppi. This iPhone 16 display has rounded corners that follow a beautiful curved design, and these corners are within a standard rectangle when measured as a standard rectangular shape. The screen is 6.12 inches diagonally, and actual viewable area is less. And both models come with a dynamic island, HDR display, True Tone, wide color P3, haptic touch, 2 million contrast ratio. I think that's how it says. Typical. There's just a lot of technical stuff that I'm not 100% familiar with. 1000 nits max brightness, typical. 1600 nits peak brightness, HDR 2000 nits peak brightness, outdoor, and 1 nit minimum brightness. That's just a lot of technical stuff. I still kind of want to go over it, but I'm not entirely sure what everything of it means. Just like brightness and stuff. Fingerprint resistant oleophobic coating. Support for display of multiple languages and characters simultaneously. Splash water and dust resistant, rated IP68, maximum depth of 6 meters, up to 30 minutes, under IEC standard, and that's just how long I guess you could keep it in water. And this is one of the newer things that was more interesting about iPhone 16. It's the newer thing that they added. It's Apple Intelligence. So built into your iPhone, Apple Intelligence is the personal intelligence system that helps you write, express yourself, and get things done effortlessly with groundbreaking privacy protections. It gives you peace of mind that no one else can access your data, and not even Apple, which I find hard to believe. I find that hard to believe, but we're just going to kind of go over that. And then a 18-chip, new 6-core CPU with 2 performance and 4 efficiency cores, new 5-core GPU, and new 16-core neural engine. And the camera, just some camera info. Advanced dual camera system, 48MP fusion, 26mm aperture, sensor shift optical stabilization, and 100% focus pixel support for super high resolution photos. 12 MP ultra wide, 13mm, 2.2 aperture, 120-degree field of view, 100% focus pixels, digital zoom up to 10 times, camera control, sapphire crystal lens cover, true tone flash, photonic engine, deep fusion, smart HDR5, next generation portraits with focus and depth control, portrait lighting with 6 effects, night mode, panorama up to 63 MP, latest generation photographic style, spatial photos, macro photography, wide color capture photos and live photos, lens correction, ultra wide, advanced red eye correction, auto image stabilization, burst mode, photo geotagging, image formats capturing HAIF and JPEG images. I know I kind of went over that fast. That's just some extra camera information. And then the video recording, 4K Dolby Vision video recording at 25 frames per second, 30 frames per second, or 60 frames per second, 720p Dolby video recording at 30 frames per second, digital zoom up to 6 times, audio zoom, true tone flash, cinematic video stabilization up to 4K, and just some extra stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I'm kind of, kind of skipping over. Just a lot of technical stuff that I'm sure you guys probably don't necessarily want to hear, and it's a lot of stuff that would make this video too unnecessary long. Not that I don't want to make the video long or anything. It just kind of like is some stuff that I'm not too interested over to read over. And just some extra info. Just kind of wanted to put that out there. Then it obviously comes with Face ID, like everything, Apple Pay, Apple Card, which is kind of this thing. Peace of mind, emergency SOS via satellite, crash detection, roadside assistance via satellite, messages via satellite, and find my iPhone via satellite, and some cellular data info, GPS, GLONASS, Galileo, QZ, SS, and BDU, digital compass, Wi-Fi, cellular, iBeacon, and iBeacon micro location. Just some extra stuff here, and then Siri, get help with everyday tasks like sending messages, sending reminders, and more activate hands-free with only your voice using Siri or Hey Siri. Oh, my phone actually activated from that. Sorry, phone. Reuse types of Siri protected by strongest privacy of any intelligent assistant. Powered by Apple Intelligence, Siri is more natural, contextually relevant, and personal. And there's some extra buttons here. It just really goes over a lot. USB-C charging connector, support for display and port, USB 2. Video playback for the battery is up to 22 hours, 18 hours. Audio playback up to 80 hours. Audio playback up to 100 hours. Video playback up to 24 hours. And more video playback 27 hours. Both models come with built-in rechargeable lithium-ion batteries. MagSafe wireless charging for up to 25 watts with 30-watt adapter or higher. QI2 wireless charging up to 15 watts. QI wireless charging up to 7.5 watts. Fast charge capable and up to 50% charge in around 30 minutes with a 20-watt adapter or higher paired with USB-C charging cable, or 30-watt adapter paired with MagSafe charger, and all available sold separately, which iPhone 16, it's not what it used to. When you got an iPhone, and it's kind of where we're going to go into my thoughts here, and I'm really going to be talking about really what I think. iPhone isn't what it used to be. I don't think they give you an adapter or charger or anything. They used to give you earbuds. They don't give you that anymore. I think all you get is the phone and a charger. And for what you pay, which we'll get into that later on how much it is, for what you pay, it's definitely not worth it. When I got my iPhone SE, which is the first iPhone I got like ever, because before I had Android. But when I got my iPhone SE a few years ago, it came with earbuds. It came with an Apple sticker, which they actually disincluded the Apple sticker just to reduce like carbon footprint or something like that. That was their reasoning. But it just doesn't include a lot of stuff, a lot of little cool things. In fact, I think the earbuds that came with my iPhone SE are the earbuds I used to record this video, or all my videos and stuff like that, or some at least. But yeah, funnily enough, that's the case. But it just doesn't include as much as it did. Kind of like cool little things that they just included, like earbuds and stuff. They just don't include that anymore. And a lot of people are kind of deterred about it. And a lot of people obviously say that iPhone 16 and other iPhones that they released in the past few years are basically the same thing, just kind of like a copy and paste. And some people will still buy it. I won't be buying it just because I have an iPhone 13 now. I'm very happy with that. I just upgraded to it like not even a year ago. But I'm very happy with it. I certainly don't have the money to get an iPhone 16 because at least they're like $1,000. Like I said, we'll go through the price a little bit later. But I personally think that Apple is kind of like, I mean, people will still buy it. There's those people that will still buy the iPhone 16 no matter what. Even though it's basically a copy and paste, most people say, and I'll have to agree that it's more or less a copy and paste of the iPhone 15 and probably even 14. It looks the same, and there's among some extra features that, like Apple Intelligence was one of the newer things, but among some extra features, it's more or less the copy and paste of the previous generation iPhones. But like I said, people still buy them, and Apple will still make money, and they kind of get away with it. But I can't blame them. You got to make that money. But it's not. I don't know. It's just not what it used to be. And I think like unless you're really trying to be like a super director filmmaker kind of guy, I think the camera on my iPhone 13 just to compare is fine. With all the camera features I kind of went over, unless you're really trying to film like some kind of movie or something that you really want high quality, I don't think what you get for the camera is not that it's bad quality, but I certainly don't think like I said, if you're trying to film like some kind of movie, all right, it's good camera quality. But I think it's like compared to like what you get with maybe previous generation iPhones, it's mediocre. That's the word I'm looking for. Mediocre at best. And then there's some people who really like Apple products who would probably disagree with me. And I agree, Apple products are they're interesting and they're very convenient. But there's some people who probably disagree with me. That's fine. Each to their own. But I'm going to read a little bit more here. It operates on iOS 18. iOS is the world's most personal and secure mobile operating system, packed with powerful features and designed to protect your privacy. Obviously, everybody already has iPhone, or iOS 18, I should say. And there's just some extra stuff for voiceover, switch control, and there's all the apps here. It shows up on Apple, rated for hearing aids and hearing aids compatible. And I'm also going to go over some extra stuff. Now, Apple just discontinued recently, around or before the iPhone 16 release date. Apple just recently came out with a list of iPhones that they're going to be discontinuing or outdated. I'm going to read it, the unended report on it. Apple has discontinued the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max, along with the iPhone 13 Mini and iPhone 12, following the launch of the iPhone 15 series. Oh, so I guess it was before iPhone 15. These phones have joined the list of continued iPhones, such as the iPhone 12 and iPhone 13 Pro series. So I guess this was when the iPhone 15 came out, but I think they discontinued some more as the iPhone 16 came out too. But the iPhone 13, I guess it's outdated, technically outdated, but it still updates. I guess that basically just means that they just don't make them anymore, so they won't be making those or producing those anymore. It's just kind of stupid because those are one of the more recent iPhones, especially the 14. But I guess it's just kind of their way. Like if people think outdated, that you're gonna want to buy a new one. There's probably another money grab, rightfully so, I guess. But to kind of cap off the episode, I'm going to, like I said, kind of go over the price. So the regular iPhone 16 is $800, and after probably some taxes, it's a little bit more. And the iPhone 16 Plus is starting at $899 plus taxes and everything, with 128 gigabytes of base storage. And that's just for the iPhone 16 Plus. The iPhone 16 Pro is $999, basically $1,000, probably more plus tax. And iPhone 16 Pro Max is $1,199, probably more plus tax. So the absolute top base model, I feel like you don't get too much for it. Like I said, kind of compared to like you don't really get the sticker or the earbuds. I guess it's kind of little things, but what you're paying for, like those little things do matter, especially since Apple they used to include that kind of stuff in their phones. They just don't anymore. So that's unfortunate, and that's just not the case. And I don't particularly, it's kind of hard to say. Not that I don't support the iPhone 16, I guess it's kind of weird to say. But I don't agree with some of the stuff, especially just, I guess, in the recent years that Apple decided to stop doing. I don't necessarily agree with it, and I don't know. A lot of other people don't either, and I kind of agree with that. But there's always, like I said, there's always going to be those people who kind of like, kind of support Apple no matter what, even if they don't, they'll always buy their phones, and they, even if they don't make a right decision, they'll still support them. Regardless, I digress. But I know a lot of other people would agree with me, at least for certain things, and a lot of people would disagree with me. But that's okay. Like I always say, each to their own, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So, yeah, that'll pretty much do it. I don't think I'm gonna do. I mean, who knows? You never know. I didn't. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna do another. I don't think I'm gonna do a yearly my thoughts on the new iPhone. But who knows? I didn't necessarily plan it to be that way exactly 1 year later, but that was just kind of cool. Kind of how that added up. But we'll kind of see. And if anything else, they release new products, or maybe different kind of companies release new products, kind of stuff like that. I'll do my thoughts on it. Just kind of putting out there, per the culture. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it though for my thoughts. Got a few more things I want to talk about. So my thoughts is kind of be hitting a rough spot, kind of like I would mention in the podcast. But there wasn't too much stuff I would really particularly want to talk about. But there's some stuff I do have in my notes, so leave more my thoughts episodes coming. Just with more stuff I want to talk about. And yeah, so with all that being said, make sure to subscribe for more content, like the video, all good stuff. Discord, Twitch, Instagram. Links in the description. And leave a comment down below what you guys think of the iPhone 16. Do you like it? Are you going to buy it? Do you agree with what I think about it and some other people think about it? Do you think it's too expensive? Do you think they should include more? Kind of all the stuff I went over in the video. Comment down below if you agree with me or if you disagree. Whatever it may be, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear. And yeah, with all that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned, and I got a lot of stuff planned.